Once upon a time, though I can't say exactly when, there lived away in the country a little small red hen. She wore a little apron and a little sunbonnet too, and she walked pickety-peck, as little hens always do. She had lived the whole of her little life in the same little house in the wood, walking pickety-peckety, working as hard as she could. Her house was small, and the garden wasn't big, but just what a little small red hen could nicely manage to dig. Now, once upon a time, just the same time, of course, there also lived a wicked old fox among the heath and gorse. Silently and slyly he crept around the hills, stealing geese and ducks and cocks, dressed in a hat and a long gray coat, that wicked, cunning old fox. His house was perched on top of the hill. It was made of rock and stone. He and his wife, old Mother Fox, they lived there all alone. It was large and damp and drafty, ugly and cold and bare. A tiny little small red hen would never be happy there. Now the wicked old fox had often tried, over and over again, to catch, by some sly trick or other, the little small red hen. But she was far too clever for him. She never let him find her, and whenever she left her little house, she locked the door behind her. One morning, very early indeed, before the sun was up, the wicked old fox said to Mother Fox, "Put on the big black pot. I'm going to have another try. I shall soon be back, and then I promise you'll see at last I've got that little small red hen." So he put on his hat, shouldered his sack, and walked very sly and slow, and after a while he came in sight of the snug little house below. He put the sack very softly down on the ground behind the tree, and then lay down to wait and watch as quiet could be. He was getting tired of waiting there when the house door opened wide, and the little small red hen came forth to gather sticks outside, walking pickety-peckety, exceedingly neat and prim. And the wicked old fox lay watching. She never once thought of him. While she was picking up the sticks, he crept behind the door and laughed, ho ho, to himself very low as he put the sack on the floor. He stood there hiding and chuckling and peeking through the crack, and he saw the little small red hen in a minute or two come back. She stepped inside with her bundle of sticks, as cheerful as one could be, and the wicked old fox sprang full at her throat. "I've got you now," cried he. "What good are bolts and bars?" he said. "How silly you must be to think that you could ever keep out a cunning old fox like me." The little small red hen was now in a terrible plight. She gave a scream and dropped her sticks. They tumbled left and right, but she just had time to fly on a beam that went on across overhead, quite out of reach of the wicked old fox. "But I'll get you yet," he said. And then he began to go round and round and round and round beneath, looking up every now and then, laughing and showing his teeth. It made her terribly dreary and faint. She gave a cluck and a lurch. She gave a flip and a flutter and flop and fell right off the perch. And the wicked old fox picked up the hen, and in less than half a minute he had picked up the hen and hastily stuffed her in it. He threw it over his shoulder and smiled and started off for his den. "How nice you'll be for supper," he said, "my dear little small red hen." Now the day was hot, and all the time it was getting hotter still. And the wicked old fox grew very tired as he climbed the heathy hill. He came to the mossy bank and stopped to rest. "Maybe lazy," he said, "but I think I'll just have 40 winks." And his wicked eyes closed and shut. The little small red hen was also very glad to rest a bit from the jolts and the jolts and the bangs and the bumps she'd had. She thought of her little scissors in her apron pocket hid. "I'll cut a hole and see where I am," she said. And so she did. Well, if I cut a little hole, why not a big one too? So she cut a hole that was large enough to let her whole self through. Wasn't she glad to be free again? She said, "I must run double quick. But before I go, I'll manage to play the wicked old fox a trick." So she took a great big hefty stone, as large as a lump of coal, and heaved and pushed and heaved till she got it through the hole. Then she went hurrying, scurrying down the hill and scampered through her door. "Thank goodness," she said, all out of breath. "I'm safe at home once more." Now when the wicked old fox woke up, it was getting very late. He shouldered his sack and found it now a most remarkable weight. "Dear me," he said, "she weighs like a goose. I thought she'd be light as a wren." "Oh, how nice you'll be for supper," he said, "my dear little small red hen." Heavily, wearily trudged he home and kept shifting the sack about. When at last he came to his door, there was old Mother Fox looking out. She said to him, "You look tired, my dear." And he answered, She's caught." And he smacked and licked his lips and said, "She's twice as fat as I thought." He asked, "My love, is the pot on boil?" "Oh, it's boiling fast," she replied. "Then take off the lid and we'll plop her plump inside." So old Mother Fox took off the lid, hot, steamy, and black. And the wicked old fox, with hurry and haste, untied the mouth of the sack. And splash went in the great big stone. It was a splash, my word. I don't suppose a splash that loud has ever before been heard. And and the bees and the birds and the bunnies all who had gone to bed for the night for miles around woke up with a start and a most tremendous fright. And the boiling water in the pot splashed out on every side and terribly scalded the wicked old fox and old mother fox, and they died. There they lay, all still and stark, up in the house on the hill. There they lay, for all I know, there they're lying still. But the hen lived happily, just as before, in the same little house in the wood, walking pickety-peckety, working as hard as she could. I've had a great many troubles, she said. I hope they don't happen again. Anything for a quiet life, said the little small red hen.
Last time on the Diablo show, of course I don't know what you missed. Maybe we better try and catch...
Get in the car. After all, I have ice cream.
No, still though.
Starter, get in the fucking car!
Oh, you McGarden and Angels?
We are the Mexican Angels.
Laundromats, they don't like them when you cook in their dryers. You can toss things in like... Thank you.
Sometimes when I go jumping through the tubes.
The workers' control movement has been a significant force in England.
Which year in the 90s?
Alfred, I want any sandwiches!
Well, fine, sir. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Ragu. And he blessed my ragu. Jesus bless my ragu in the VHS.
Boy got a turd on his back.
Oh my god, dude. Your fucking ass stinks so bad.
It's hard work being a cowboy animal.
What will you and your kind give me for hook trading cards?
So much fucking high. The DTV Diablo television vision. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Someone bring me more geese eggs! Someone bring me more geese eggs!
Bunny. Unicorn diarrhea.
I look like Bowie when I'm wet. I'm gonna go get wet.
Oh no, how are a helicopter and a banana similar?
They're both not fucking cops.
I think we're safe, kids. I don't see any...
Would you like here take my pants?
What?
Would you like here take my pants?
Oh really?
Would you like here take my pants?
McKinley's birthday.
It's your birthday. McKinley got confused. It's your birthday.
You said you were McKinley.
Alright, so there we go. This is professionalism.
Oh!
That's what you think! I'm Dirty Santa! Fuck you!
She takes baby steps, and her legs are bent at the knees. What is the fear? The fear? I don't know. What is the fear? What?
Because I'm hungry for people.
I want to think about people. There's Jesus! Oh my God! It's Jesus!
Was that rock ever a Bruce Banner? No. It was always a rock. It was a rock. It was always a rock. A rock is a rock.
Give me my tuna waters.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
And then I got mushrooms, ecstasy, and everything else. Party salvation.
Special occasion, so we gotta open it up.
It's always my favorite game show. You're like, hey, I want to fill a cart full of bagels. I'm gonna do it, win money.
I mean, what am I supposed to do with two cameras in the face?
Two cameras.
Fuck. I don't know which camera to even focus on.
Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. 1, 0. 1, 0. 1,
Okay, what are we listening to here?
Metal Bill. Pretty good. See, we know those demons and we get in touch with them. That's how you fucking rock and roll, motherfuckers.
Someone threw you guys a condom.
I'm gonna save that shit up. And knock knock.
A new one?
Knock knock.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I played a hummus.
Played a hummus? Who?
And now, thrilling conclusion part 2.
This is pita chips and Paul Ferry. We're just looking for a plate of hummus.
Oh, it ain't that cold.
Is everybody done eating? Need what he had. Are you cleaning up?
This is from who? Me.
What is it?
We used to have that long time ago.
Yeah, we had letterbox and we took it back, but this isn't letterbox.
You sure? This is not letterbox?